Hey guys, it's Justine here from I Should Read That, and today is the start of what will probably be a pretty short weekend reading vlog. It is Saturday. I usually try to start these on Friday, but I completely forgot because I'm obviously not in my usual venue. I'm actually at my parents' house at mom and dad's because it was Thanksgiving this week, and we also had to do some tree decoration. So obviously, Thanksgiving falls on the last Thursday of the month of November. So it was super late this year. And I came over on Wednesday evening, worked from home on Thursday and Friday. We didn't have our Thanksgiving celebration on Thursday because my sister and Scottish husband both couldn't be here until Friday. So we're actually going to do Thanksgiving today, and I'm really, really, really excited about it. I love Thanksgiving. Christmas is definitely my favorite holiday, but Thanksgiving is just a really, really wonderful holiday because it's always just us, the four, now five of us, and it's just something that I've always really enjoyed. I love my family. I'm really, really close with my family, so it's always been a really good time coming home for Thanksgiving. So I'm home. I am in charge of dessert because I'm not the best cook, but I am a pretty good baker. So I'm going to be making a red velvet cake for dessert, in addition to the pumpkin pie that my dad is going to make because my sister loves pumpkin pie, and we may or may not have pranked her last year into thinking that she wasn't going to get one. So we feel bad. So we are definitely going to do pumpkin pie this year, but we're also going to have a red velvet cake. So I have to actually get started on that soon. But I really quickly wanted to show you what I've been reading. So it is almost the end of the month. It's actually the last day of the month today. So I'm probably not going to get anything else finished, but I did read my 10th book of the month, which was The Whispers of War by author sister Julia Kelly. And this comes out in January of 2020. This was one of my first 2020 books. I read a few of them this month, and I really, really enjoyed it. It's a historical fiction novel about three friends in London, kind of the start of World War II. One of them is German, and of course Britain did intern German citizens during World War I and World War II. I'll talk about this more in my wrap-up, which I'm going to do as soon as I get home because I'm a little bit behind on videos, but I really, really enjoyed this. I'm totally biased, so Julia won't let me review it, which makes sense, but I really love this. I absolutely adored it. I loved the characters. I love anything that has to do with female friendships, and this has one of my favorite friendship groups ever, so I really enjoyed this. And I'm kind of in between books right now because being home, although I'm like surrounded by books, we're a family of readers, and there's more in the other room too. I sort of am in a funny place because I'm trying to figure out what I want to read in the month of December because obviously it's the last month of the year and I've got a lot of options. But I think what I'm going to do is read the book that I brought with me in addition to The Whispers of War, which is Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. This is the second book in the Skyward series. I think it's going to be a series of 4 books. I loved the first book and I'm really excited to read this. I kind of got this unexpectedly in the post. It was actually sent to me by Galance, the publisher, and I like freaked out when I saw it because I didn't think that I would be getting it because sometimes they don't send out, review copies of sequels. So I was really, really pleased to get this. So I'm probably going to end up just starting this, but I am still kind of hung up on what my TBR is going to be. So I have to think about that today and also film a TBR video. So I'm going to be very, very busy. In the meantime, I have been doing lots of knitting. Football scarf for Scottish husband. It's fine if he sees this. He already knows that this is a thing that he's getting. So I need to finish this off, which means that audiobooks are going to be the way to go. So I think I'm going to pick up The Toll on audiobook, which is the 3rd book in the Scythe series. I didn't like the first one and I loved the second one. I was really surprised. I will talk more about the second one in my wrap up because I did read it in November. So I'm probably going to do The Toll for audiobook because the second one was really fun on audio. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. Right now I need to go and check if we've got all the ingredients for my cake and then nip to the shop next door to pick up anything that we don't have. I need to get the baking done before the cooking starts after lunch because Mum and Julia and Scottish husband will all be in the kitchen frantically running around and cooking. I don't want to be in their way because they get scary sometimes when they're cooking. Thanksgiving is definitely, if you're not American, Thanksgiving can sometimes be like a military operation almost. It has to be very precise. There's so much cooking that needs to be done. People get delegated tasks, everything like that. So I want to, when I'm not cooking. I don't want to be in the kitchen. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I did take some footage of us decorating our Christmas tree, our 2 Christmas trees. So I'll pop that in here, and I'm also going to pop in some stuff of us baking and prepping and getting ready for Thanksgiving. It is like 6 o'clock in the evening, and dinner is going to be ready soon. But until then, I have been working on Starsight. I'm not very far. I've not had much of a chance to read today because of all the baking, and I took a big nap because I had a big headache. So I haven't read a huge amount, but I am 34 pages into this book, and I am really enjoying it so far. It starts really excitingly with a battle, which kind of throws you back in and reminds you really well of the things that happened in the previous book, because I don't have a particularly good memory for stuff that I read a year ago, so I really appreciated that. I am really enjoying it. I'm hoping to read through it pretty quickly, as I tend to do with Brandon Sanderson books. They're just really fun, and I tend to really enjoy them and kind of blast through them. So hoping to make some good progress on this. Some good progress on this tonight, and I will definitely be reading more tomorrow. We are traveling back home tomorrow, so I'm going to get to read a little bit on the train and then on the bus, and then hopefully get to read some more at home. But I am planning on doing a lot of booktube videos so that I can catch up and start doing my year-end videos, which are like my favorite thing to do. I'm really excited. I'm gonna have a ton of them hopefully for you guys, but I'm just waiting for dinner at the moment. Maybe it will be ready soon, fingers crossed, but until then I'm going to continue reading Starsight. So it is Sunday evening, it's about 4:30, and we are just home. I'm back in my usual venue. Hello. So we had a really good weekend. I'm very happy to be home with the cats though. I get really nervous when we go away. Oh no, they're approaching. I get really nervous when we go away because I miss them and I love them. We were gone for quite a long time. I left Wednesday morning and went home after work. And we just got back Sunday, kind of late afternoon, evening. So it's been a little while, and they're kind of swarming, but also kind of ignoring us. So yeah, we'll hopefully have to get them to forgive us at some point over the course of the evening. But in the meantime, I did come home to a couple of book packages, so I'm gonna try to open those one-handed for you guys. But I also got my Queen of Nothing pre-order giveaway thingy. So it's a bookmark, and then there is this pin, enamel pin that is attached to it. Scottish husband is feeding cats right now. I don't know if you can tell. But I am expecting a couple of things. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open these. I think I know what one of them is. I'm not entirely sure if I know what the other one is though. Okay, please hold. Okay, so this is the one that I was expecting. This is Sisters Grimm, and this is by Mina van Praag. And she is actually someone that I know from Instagram. She's an amazing bookstagrammer, so I'll leave her link down below. You can follow her. But this looks really interesting. It is, I believe, a book set in contemporary Cambridge here in England, and an eerie, beguiling other world called Everywhere. This is a book about coming of age, of knowing yourself, and of finding your place in the world. It is a story of life and death, and sisterhood shot through with fear, wonder, and hope. So it doesn't say a whole lot, which I love. You know I love that so much. But I just wanted to shout out how incredibly gorgeous this proof copy is. I mean, look at it. It's so lovely. So I'm really looking forward to this. I've been wanting to get my hands on that ever since I saw her post her own proofs up on Bookstagram. So this comes out in February of 2020 here in the UK from Transworld, I believe. So thank you so much for sending me this. I'm really excited. This is going to go straight onto my pile of 2020 ARCs that I'm very excited for. And I have another one. Okay, I'm going to have to put you guys down again. Hold on. So this other one, very interesting. I didn't really know this book was coming out yet. This is a funny one for me because I love the first book. I'm not sure about the second one. This is Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi. I liked the first one. I really loved it when I first read it, and then I think the shine kind of wore off a little bit, but I was totally caught up in the hype for it. I really enjoyed it. But the authors had some faux pas. Usually I don't really let that kind of get to me, and I try, if it's something that I think is kind of, you know, more on the innocent side, a misunderstanding or whatever, I try to really set that aside. But she did this whole plagiarism claim against Nora Roberts, who, like, please. It was a weird thing. You can look it up. There's tons on Twitter about it. So I actually wasn't planning on picking this one up until it came out in paperback, or maybe even from my library, but they sent me a copy, so a huge thanks to Macmillan Children's Books for sending me this. I'm really intrigued. I'm also really interested in the fact that they hardcovered the second book, but did not do a hardcover for the first book. I need a really strong... Oh, Dax is crying. I need a really strong reminder of what happened in the first book, because it came out in March of 2018, so this is a little bit late. I think it got delayed because she was doing rewrites to it. So that is out, I think, December... Let's see, the 3rd of December 2019, so by the time this goes up, you'll be able to get it in shops. I'm gonna go console Dax, because I think Scottish husband has closed a door, and she's on the other side of the door, and she just can't handle that, so she's just screaming her head off. Oh, Dax! He's abandoned you! He's abandoned you both! God, we need to vacuum this floor. You poor thing. Life is terrible when you're a small cat, isn't it? Right, so it is actually Thursday today, and I didn't realize that I actually didn't film an ending to this vlog. I realized it as I was editing it, and I was like, where's the last part? And I didn't actually film it. So This was kind of a different vlog than usual. It's a lot of Tchaikovsky music. I love the Nutcracker. It's one of my favorite things, so I was so happy to find it in the YouTube library. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoyed this slightly cozier, a little bit less reading-y reading vlog. But I had a really spectacular weekend. I am in full Christmas mode. As you can see, I've got my lights up and everything. So I am like in full-on Santa mode. No one can stop me, and it's great. So I am still reading Starsight, not Skyward, Starsight, and I am about 220 pages into it at this point, and I'm hoping to finish that this week, which should be really great. I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad I picked it up over the weekend last weekend. So yeah, I have filmed a ton of videos. You've probably already seen my December TBR video. If you haven't, that's linked down below so you can check it out, but you can definitely expect more bookish videos from me. I am going to be posting up my kind of monthly videos, my wrap up and my TBR, and I'm also going to get cracking on my end of year videos, which are my favorite thing in the world. So definitely stay tuned. I would love to know in the comments below if Thanksgiving is something that you celebrate, what you guys do, what your traditions are, because every family seems to have some different tradition from everyone else, and it's one of my favorite things to learn what people love to do for the holidays. And I would also love to know kind of what you've been up to lately, what you've been reading lately, and if you have read Starsight by now, because it is now actually out there in the world. I post bookish content to this channel fairly frequently, so go ahead and hit subscribe, check back soon, and I will see you next time.